third pour on that flower that I posted last, that video I posted last. These are the colors I'm going to use. This one here, I don't know if you can read it or not, but it's, there you go, Artelier. This has a hole in it. It's the reason I've got a tape on it. EBO Studio Acrylics, number 359. I believe it's called Iridescent Green Yellow. This is Rose, Permanent Rose, Artistic Law, Winsor Newton, excuse me, Winsor Newton. Probably just let you read it, but anyhow. Phthalo Green, blue shade, let's see, yeah, Phthalo Green, blue shade, and this is, as you can see, it's a golden open. Doesn't seem to make a difference when I use that. I've got some bright gold. I don't know how much of that I'm going to use because I'm also going to do another pour afterwards on a 8 by 20 tile. So whatever I've got left over here, I'm going to start the pour and then mix some more. And there's the beautiful Artsy Sue white. So there's the colors. There's such a little amount mixed up here. I've dumped them over twice. I don't know. Hopefully I can get this done without dumping them too much. The only good thing is they didn't run out too quickly. Okay. We talked about in the last video how this needed some more definition. So that's what I'm going to try to do. Alright, here we go. I'm not going to put the clear all over it because I don't want it to run. But I am going to put some more green in this area here to kind of block it from, if something runs, it'll be the green. But I'm going to try to really be frugal about how much of the rose color I use, because I don't want it to get too big, and it's already, you know how it goes. It gets big quick. Okay, a little bit of that here. We're going to get a little bit more green over here, and a little bit of green here. Also, this green can make it look like it's kind of a leaf or whatever overlapping the roses. You know, roses don't just stick out in the open. I'm going to try to save a little bit of the green in case I have to come back with some of it for some reason. But the green does tend to muddy down certain colors, so got to be aware of that. Okay, now this is a new, I didn't use this on the last pour, but I love this color. So we're going to see what we can do with that. There you go. Get some modeling in there. It kind of looks like different shades of green. Okay. And at the end, I'm going to put a little drizzle of gold because, you know, every girl has to have some gold. What do you think? I think so. Okay, this one here, I noticed this flower here, it needed to be less important than this one. As I've got it, all of the values are the same right now, so I want to put some of, this is a mix of the Permanent Rose mixed with white to kind of, you know, get it to where it's not quite as prevalent as the other flower. Okay. This is my Permanent Rose. And we have to have a certain amount of our base color because you want your other colors to kind of mix with it. And even though this is less important, I am going to put a little bit of Permanent Rose on here just to tie it together. And let's see. I decided against purple. Purple was a little too stark, so I mixed up the Quinn Red Violet, which is a really good shadow color for this color. So I'm going to drizzle some of that in there. I'm not going to put it on that other rose. Again, we want it to stay less important. Okay, and then usually the belly of the rose and the center of the rose is darker than the other parts of the rose. You got to think about that. And then here comes the white, my favorite thing. Now this one here, I want this edge here to really separate from this lower rose, so it pushes it back. And also I want this to have quite a lot of white there. And the rose is going to roll over the edge there. I'm going to blow this first before I decide if I need any white in there. And again, I'm going to put some more white really right here. Now let's see what that does. Okay. Little bitty pops are falling over. Ah! Okay, here we go. Moment of truth. I did decide that this worked pretty good for directional blowing, so I'm going to try this. And I'm going to try not to blow it too much. So here we go. So we're just heating it up on low now. Once we get it all heated up, I'll switch over to high. I'm going to test it here on this rose. I'm not really excited about because it's a less important rose. And again, I need to stand up because I got it a little bit low. It separated some of them. I kind of like that look there. So all I'm going to do here is to try to activate the colors with the white. And hopefully you can hear me over the top of the air conditioner and the blower. Gotta be real careful here. All right. I think that's pretty good. Let me see what I can do. I need to get my kind of spread this out a little bit. Because it'll give it interest anytime you move this color around within the other colors. It gives it all different kinds of shades, which makes it really stand out. So that's the idea. Okay. I'm liking my background all right. I think that's good. And this, I think it'll be all right. I might put a little bit more color on that, maybe some white, just to lighten it up a bit. Gotta be easy with it though. Okay, let's see how that works. And I need to put just a little bit more of the permanent rose here, here, and here. Don't want to get too much in there. We just want enough that it fills the holes. This looks like it needs a little bit more incorporating there with some permanent rose. Let's looks pretty good. I think I'm going to use the torch instead of the heat gun, and see if that will keep it from moving too much. Maybe open up those cells a little bit, white. Whee! Careful. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. There you go. Okay, I think I need some more right there. Okay. See that one? Yeah, right there. That's pretty good. Break that up a little bit. Okay. I'll get some clear and put there in the middle. So, hold on a minute. Gotta work fast because I want to be able to have enough time left over to use to get the base coat on with the leftover resin. Don't want to waste it. Okay, let's see what we can do here. I'll put a little bit in that hole. A little bit in that hole. Let's see, I think that needs a little bit there. Let's see. I think maybe I can keep that from running over. I'll try here. Put some resin here. Maybe I'll push it back. Try and see. I can't remember if it was Susanna that taught me this little trick to put clear resin in when you don't want it to run. I can't remember if it was her or Chris. Matt, I can't remember. You know who you are. Anyhow, thank you, ladies, whichever you are. And I've gotten so many wonderful tips and instruction from your wonderful videos. And again, I can't thank you enough for sharing your knowledge with us, because without that, I would not even have a clue where to start. And I've got a long way to go to understand the medium, but at least it's a beginning. And at least I can play with it and have some fun. And I'm hoping that by me showing my videos and what I'm doing here, and that others will get inspired and have fun playing, just like I am. If I had more stamina, I'd do it from daylight till dark, but I'm afraid I can't quite get there yet. Stand up too long, my back starts hurting. I try sitting down, but somehow just can't do it. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Okay, it's getting close to the time when I need to think about moving on. I think I need just a bit more white here and there. Look at it from a different perspective. Yeah, need a little bit more white here and there. Okay, here we go. good? I want this lip to kind of move down a little bit. Like a rose, you know, it rolls over. One thing I can say, when you start doing roses, you better be familiar with how a rose grows, otherwise it won't look like a rose. It's one of those things you just have to practice. And I'm a long way from being perfect on that, but I can tell you it's very frustrating not to understand how the rose petals flow. When you look at it and think to yourself, oh my goodness, this doesn't look like a rose, it looks like lines. I don't know what to do, but that's the key. You just have to practice, practice. Look at roses until you can't look at roses anymore. Dream about roses. That's what I do. Dream about roses for sure. Okay, I think I'm not going to do a lot more with that one because I don't want to overdo it. It does need a bit of a roll there on that. Okay. That's pretty good. Alright, let me see what I can do. You little bitty pots drive me crazy. Okay. Now, it's looking pretty good. I love the leaves. I don't know if I should put, yeah. See, here's a question mark. This needs to be darker in here. Should I put in gold or not? I know I love gold, but I'm wondering, is that a good move or is that going to just destroy it? To do or not to do? That's the question. Okay. Maybe I'll put some more over here to try to keep that from rolling off. Up here too. Okay. That's pretty good. Okay. Now, as it starts to tack up a little bit, if you see some area that's like getting too nondescript, like that area was there, then you can come back in and add a little bit more color, whatever color you want to accent. And yeah, it usually works pretty good. Okay, I'm going to try one thing I've been wanting to try. Okay, it's almost too dry. Okay, that seems to be, I've tried to get this as level as possible, but I'm not so sure. I mean, according to the level, it is, but again, usually there's one side that's just a little bit different. Okay. Okay. Gotta do the sides. Try to get those lined out. They seem to be pretty good. I noticed there's a couple of places here that it seems to want to separate. Push that in and see if that'll work. I'll put a little bit of this clear here and there. Hopefully that will take care of the problem. I don't want to have to put another coat on this, but we'll see. Okay. Kind of getting quiet here because I got to think about what I'm going to do to close up this disjointed feeling within reason. Like that right there. I brought that back in. Here in the center it needs to be a little bit more shaped like so. This will make pretty swirls. Right now it may look a little strange, but it will make pretty swirls. Okay, this one right here needs a little bit more help. Okay. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to use that. Now that I've messed with this so long, I don't know if I'm going to be able to use that resin that I've got poured up, but I'm going to try. Oh, guts, no glory. Here we go. I think I'm going to call that good. I don't think I'm going to put the gold on it, just because I don't have time to mess with it. And I am going to do one more pass with the torch, hopefully to get any bubbles I've missed. But I'm going to be up real high, so I don't burn holes in it. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Hopefully if that has any problems, it'll smooth out. I'm still seeing little ups and downs. Okay, believe it or not, I really am going to stop. I see when I turned this, you didn't see all of it, so here we go. Alright, I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to put it on something so I can take it over and set it someplace to dry. I'll let it finish its process. Scary. Yeah, I see some places it's going to need some extra I don't know what to do though. If I should go ahead and do it now or just wait. I think I'm gonna wait. I can put a clear coat on it. I always go the wrong way. Okay, I'm gonna move it down a little bit and see if I can get a overall without. Alright, down. Not that way. That's probably got a pretty good glare on it, but still, hopefully you can see it. Okay, that's it for now. I'll be back in a sec. Okay. I think I've got enough to start a coat of resin on this one. So I think I'll just stop this one, and that way I can, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to have to readjust everything. So I said it's a pretty big tile. I don't know if I won't be able to get it all in there. I might have to raise my camera. That's what I'm going to do next. So stay tuned.